Hello, today I'm going to walk you through how we're going to track iPad apps using a Google Doc, specifically a Google spreadsheet. Just so you know, I'm creating this video using a new app that I found called TouchCast. So if you're interested, you can log in, or depending on what you're viewing this, you can actually go ahead and click that, and it should take you right there. So let's get started. Okay, to start, just so you know the basics of a spreadsheet, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with spreadsheets, and specifically Google spreadsheet, but here we have a basic spreadsheet composed of columns, rows, and where columns and rows meets are referred to as cells. Within a general spreadsheet, you have individual sheets, which you can actually go ahead and see in this format is at the bottom, which I believe on your iPad it should show up on the bottom as well if you're in a Google Doc on your iPad. This image was created on a Google Doc from a PC, so you can see the different tabs. Each one of those, English, history, foreign language, each one of those is a corresponding sheet. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And now, additionally, to navigate from sheet to sheet, you have basically two options in Google Docs. You can simply go ahead and click on the tab that you want to go to, and if your tab doesn't show there, you can use these arrow buttons over to the right to move along the axis. Or you can go ahead and click on these three little lines, or four little lines there, and that will produce a pop-up which will look like, getting rid of that, which will look like this. And from there you can go ahead and click on whichever sheet you want. As you can see, the sheets that we're going with are a general, which is mostly all the office type apps that the students and teachers will use, and then you have your department specific. So science, math, English, history, foreign language, performing arts, art, and then I also put PE and coaches together because I thought some of the apps that they would use could correspond to each other. And then cost totals, but you don't need to worry about that. That's just a calculation that's already set up across the spreadsheets. Alright, so now how do we use? So in terms of the headings that we have an installed or recommended heading. Basically the recommend apps are ones that are not installed yet, and once we start installing them we will change the R's to I's. And more specifically what we mean by this is primarily the ones that are on the cart. Then we have the app name. I would ask that if you're going to be putting apps in here, can you please just try and put in the exact name as it appears in iTunes. It'll make for searching later on a lot easier. And for general apps, I'm on the general page here, you're going to want to put in if it's a teacher-only app versus a student-only app, or if it's an app that both teachers and students can use. Now instead of using T, S, and B, I just came up with numbers 34 for teachers, 16 for students, and 50 for both. This will help in actually calculating how much the apps will cost. So again, if it's an app for just a teacher, just put in 34. If most of them are either 34 or 50, so just put that in there. And that's how those three headings work. And the next headings are a brief description, and then the actual iTunes link. So again, brief description, try and keep it as short and simple as possible. Think in terms of searchable tags. And then the iTunes link, if you just Google the name of the app and then iTunes, it should take you right to a web page. That's what I've been copying in here.